the J word wouldn't happen to be jinx, would it?
This is Milo Murphy, the purest example of a man. And this is a law that apparently makes real men, which says anything that can go wrong will go wrong. One character people seem to look towards when it comes to stoicism is me. And after me comes Ferb, the quiet, almost disconnected brother of Phineas Flynn who seems to lack emotion even in the face of hardship. But a better example of manhood would be Milo Murphy.
Maybe we should go through the woods.
Milo Murphy isn't just a believer in Murphy's Law, but a kid who was forced to live through it. In every situation that he's in, anything that can go wrong will eventually go wrong. We watch as he's forced to navigate through the infinite mishaps in his life with happiness.
Here you go. These will help us navigate in the dark.
While Ferb is usually quiet, seeming devoid of emotion, rage, happiness, sadness, whatever. The main difference between these two isn't that one is quiet and devoid of emotion, although that is a big difference. It's in the struggles they face and how they are forced to handle them. Milo Murphy's regular day consists of running from wolves, aliens, and even dealing with time travelers. What is wrong with this show? And all the time Ferb is dealing with similar things, this is on rare occasions. I mean, his day is mainly building roller coasters and having fun. Strength isn't shown in keeping quiet and acting nonchalant. It's in the way you handle emotion. This is something we see shown in Milo all the time. Why? Because he isn't quiet. He's loud and vibrant, which is why his strength shines through much more than people give him credit for. While Ferb rarely deals with challenges, Milo deals with them and even converts his energy somewhere else. Instead of getting mad at the world like the rest of us could, he reacts like a man. He could complain, he could cry, but he doesn't. He turns into positivity. He makes sure the people around him are calm, collected, and still enjoying life. I mean, take the first time he met Zach.
What's that all about?
Oh, you're new here. I've got a bit of a reputation.
So what are you, a tough guy?
Oh, I don't think anyone's ever called me tough. I'm Milo.
I'm Zach.
No, Zach.
No. So what exactly is this reputation?
Well, people have used the J word, but you know what they say.
He didn't let Zach give up. He didn't let him feel frustrated, nor did he let him feel defeated, despite all the trying they were going through just to get to class. Mind you, this is something he just met. Although, yes, Ferb is an amazing character in terms of being a man, he still has a long way to go in terms of what makes a man. Stoicism isn't what makes a man at all, which brings me to the next topic. Many people idolize the way Ferb acts, or rather the lack thereof. This is because he's often seen to be a man who shows no emotion, or at least a limited amount of it. He stays quiet and doesn't say much unless he needs to, but I genuinely, with all my heart, hate this notion. Stoicism isn't manly, and in fact it's such a downfall of many men. Don't get me wrong, I love Ferb, but the idea that people get off his character of being stoic, showing no emotion, and keeping to yourself is possibly the most idiotic idea of what a man should be. This is because it completely throws out the importance of men's mental health. We are human, we need human interaction. Keeping to ourselves doesn't help with that, it only pushes that away. As men, we shouldn't be quiet. We need to be able to speak up and speak out, because we realize the effect we have on those around us. Ferb doesn't appear to have this quality. In fact, if you were to watch the show, you'd realize exactly how little he speaks. He averages a whopping 1 line per episode. Now don't get me wrong, I love Ferb, and the problem here isn't exactly him. It's in the traits that people pick up from him. Instead of people seeing him as a man of action, they see him as someone who's non-expressive. But this couldn't be further from the truth. The actual character Ferb may be stoic, but he still expresses himself through his actions, yet people interpret his character as only stoic and make that the highlight of what he stands for. It's important that we put value on words as well as action. The way we communicate to the people around us has the potential to shape them into the way they are. The problem with stoicism is that it takes away this form of expression, only putting an emphasis on action. The rise of phrases, "it is what it is," or "thugging it out," is possibly the biggest example of this. Unable to talk about what it is that's troubling us and unable to seek help. Not just as men, but as humans. Communities are our biggest strengths. But as someone who's a bit young, how is it possible that I could know what makes a man? With zero experience in manhood, who am I to give advice to others? Well, it's because of the people around me. All my life I've been surrounded with real men. In the same way I know what it takes to be a man is what makes Milo Murphy a man. In other words, it's the impact the men around me have had on my life. The same impact that Milo has on those around him. I mentioned before the way he uses this impact to create a safe and positive environment for the people around him. He inspires them, shows them as well as us, the audience, that if everything in his life goes wrong and he still perseveres, why shouldn't we? In this episode, Milo and his friends were hit with an unexpected competition. The Athledecamathlon. They lost faith and began to give up when Murphy's Law kicked in.
When everyone's fat has been eliminated, if you're trading
Instead, Milo decides to use what most sees as an obstacle to work for him. No giving up, only moving forward. He managed to raise spirits of those around him, make them get back up and keep moving forward, and reminded them the only way the troubles ahead could stop them is if they let it stop them. Milo's used to these kind of obstacles and uses his experience to get ahead. Instead of using it as an excuse to give up, he makes it a crutch and uses it to his advantage. And that is what truly makes a man. Not just the actions he makes, but the way these actions are used to impact those around him.